Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yessik here again today with Despic for another episode of Indie Crunch.
It's my first Indie Crunch, guys. I feel so lucky.
And for today's episode, we're going to be looking at Reyes. This is a game that comes out on the 16th, and it's going to be priced at $10 exactly USD, so I'm not sure about euros. And so far, I've been having a lot of fun with it. Other than being inspired by a short film, it's also inspired by Civilization 5 Black and White, and if you don't know Black and White, it's an old school classic. I highly recommend going to take a look at it. And Binding of Isaac, surprising enough. So, basically what you do in this game is you terraform a dead world, and your giants have been asleep for quite a long time, and I'm sorry I'm not just talking right the hell over Despic right now, but you terraform the world and try to set up a civilization and try to keep them also in check and developing properly.
I was just in rapture by your voice. I was just so enamored with it.
Well, it's good to have somebody around just to tell me my voice is nice while I do this.
Yep, that's all I'm here for.
It's true. And as well as having just the world to work with, in every segment you have a set of feats that you're trying to accomplish, and you need to accomplish those feats in order to level up. And if you level up, you unlock new feats, new structures, new projects your civilizations can actually try to accomplish, and new abilities for your giants. Except the abilities are mostly unlocked. And I will explain a bit later how to unlock those abilities while you're playing, because you will absolutely need them. So the main point of this game is to, well, other than to just be really beautiful, and I think it is quite beautiful.
Look at them giants.
I just love the art style.
I'm sure it too. Besides, you get to control 4 awesome giants. You know, you can't go wrong with that. Or gods, I guess.
You are actually the god.
Oh.
These giants are somewhat akin to your limbs, so they are your giants. All of them are you.
You heard it here, folks. Yessik is god.
It's true. So I'm going to try to set up this swamp village as a fishing village, which doesn't usually work out too well for me, but I'm going to try anyways. So I'm going to put some domesticated animals with the water giant, and depending on where you place certain things, they turn into different things. So this is just in the ocean. It's fairly basic. If I were to place them on land in a swamp, they would be, I'm not sure, frogs maybe. And if I were to place them instead over here, they would probably be like squirrels or rabbits or maybe chickens. So depending on where you put things, they turn into different things, and they all have different abilities. I'm actually going to show you the 3 types of land masses you can make here. So I have so far a swamp, I have a forest, and I have, well, what I'm going to have over here is a desert.
A dessert?
A dessert.
Desserts. So
I have this village here. They have 2 out of 6 food. Villages take whatever food is within their borders, and they eventually acquire it all. So the total of food, science, and wealth that a village has is the total prosperity. And all prosperity throughout the world is accumulated into your prosperity total, which you use to unlock achievements.
And the prosperity, as it increases, the villages become more greedy, and eventually they will try and kill your gods.
But you can curb greediness by putting danger within the village. Now for the next part, they've actually already started a tool shop, and as you can see there's a desert here now. They've already started a tool shop, so they want wealth and technology in order to make this tool shop. Very fortunately, the swamp giant is good at technology, and this giant here is good at wealth. So let's go ahead and get myself a nice little mine here.
Get nice and wealthy.
Right beside it, I'll throw some herbs, and then I'll go over synergies with you guys. Because this game is complicated. As you can tell, I still have the tooltips on. I can get rid of them by pressing the X, but I don't want to because I need explanations of what is going on in this game as I play.
It looks like it's got a bit of a steep learning curve.
Now, one of my few problems with this game, and I do really, really enjoy this game so far, I'm actually not sure if I can put a mine there. They've kind of taken up all my room really stupidly. And here's the police, a regular feature in my videos, of course. So as you can tell, this is +7 technology for each mineral next to it, and since the village is currently so small, I cannot put a mineral next to it, so could be in a bit of trouble there, because I need wealth as well. And I already tried to place wealth in a village, that did not work. You can also destroy villages by using like earthquakes and other things, but I'm just going to set up a tiny bit.
So if you feel like being a dick, you can at any point destroy your village.
Well, recently, a village has been a massive dick to me. Actually, last time I was playing, I had a lovely swamp village set up, and then they all suddenly decided they wanted to be geologists, and I was like, but why geologists?
Their greatest ambition.
So, as you can tell, there's more synergy here. Synergy for mines is actually a bit different, because they activate with a certain amount of wealth in use, or technology in use. So this will start synergizing when 10 wealth is in use, and the synergy is if it's next to an animal nest, which is currently impossible because they've placed their tool shop really poorly.
Stupid villagers.
Tricks are for kids.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down some herbs here. And as you can tell, herbs synergize with minerals. So what I'm going to do is also put one more wealth-based mineral right next to that, and eventually I'm hoping the village will expand and include the wealth-based minerals.
Because you know what they say, where there's minerals, there's herbs, I guess.
The other thing I could do in order to increase the wealth, because I need at least 2 more wealth, is actually go and place exotic animals in the water instead of food, because at the moment they don't actually need food, and exotic animals provide wealth. So you can see right there on the tooltip, that is what they need. So this is going to be a lot, mostly actually a tutorial game, because I guess I really like the game, I really like everything about it. The control scheme is a bit crazy because you can't actually use WASD to control the map, you have to use the arrow keys.
Alright.
Because so many letters are actually assigned to the abilities, as you can see here, Q, W, E, then R, S, and D. So I'm not sure why that is the control scheme. I would have personally done across the number board and had WASD to control the camera. And of course you can zoom out and see the whole world.
Are you a game designer, Yessik?
No, but I am somebody who, for a living, criticizes games for no reason.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah. So, now that I have enough wealth, I have 19, and the more wealth you have, the faster it will grow. So, 11 out of 19, if I were to have like 30 wealth, it would be going up much faster than this. But as is, they will eventually get to their 15 wealth, so I'm going to go ahead and set up another village in the desert.
Desert folk, you say?
Which is probably a bad idea, mostly because you shouldn't have villages way too close to each other, else they might declare war on each other if they get too greedy.
Because people are jerks.
People are jerks.
I've got a pretty good idea.
What is it?
I don't know.
You're not going to contribute anything to like the slight reviewish type aspect of this?
Nope, that's not what I'm here for.
I thought so.
Nope, I'm just here to make glib comments once or twice.
As you can see, I have 2 different wealth types here, and it's because they're in 2 different areas. So in the desert, you get, what is this now? Quartz. But in the swamp, you actually get
agate.
Agate. So right now, they're not very advanced in terms of mining, and the Swamp Ambassador has appeared. This happens when you finish a project, and you saw the project earlier. So, the Swamp Ambassador has the ability to upgrade the Ocean Giant, which gives animals food, the Seismic aspect in the Rock Giant, which gives awe to minerals, or the Swamp Giant Toxic aspect, which gives tech to plants. Now, I've never actually gotten the awe aspect, so I think I'm actually going to go upgrade this Rock Giant.
Do you know what it does?
It's also for getting rid of greed.
Oh, okay.
Keeping everyone distracted. As you might imagine.
They are in awe, thus they are not greedy.
Actually, I've yet to figure out a format for 2-person indie crunches, so I'm gonna kind of go kind of meta here, and tell Despic if you have any questions, it's actually really good to ask me, because they could be questions that the audience has as well.
Ah, I see. So I am your voice within the video.
Yes.
Your unwashed masses, if you will.
So as you can see, I now have the ambassador just hanging out on top of my head. And you can get more than 1 ambassador per giant, but you have to upgrade them all evenly. So you can't just mass upgrade the stone giant and get all of these. You kind of have to plan it out. And I should also mention right now I'm on the 60-minute game mode. I only started out with 30 minutes game mode unlocked, and it was actually very hard to get to the point where I had 60 minutes unlocked.
I kind of like that feature about this game, you know, every level you have, it unlocks different parts of it, lengthening the game.
And that's actually what it gained from Binding of Isaac. The developers told me that this was quite inspired by Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what those Binding of Isaac elements were. It's not permadeath.
No, definitely not permadeath.
Or a terrible introspective nightmare where you're wandering around a cave.
So, generally, deserts you need a lot of wealth in order to actually make their project work. But surprisingly enough, they actually got the same project as their neighbor, the swamp here, so they actually need some science as well.
Trying to keep up with the Joneses, are they?
So, even if a project is not finished, you do get its specialization symbiosis, which is down here. So, for each minerals within the borders, it gets 20 or 10 wealth and 5 science. It only stacks up to 3 times, but if I were to put an advanced mineral here, I would get some science and it would stack again, giving me 15 science. So then I would be able to complete this. And not to mention, advanced minerals have stone guarded. They get plus 10 tech if a plant is next to them, which is actually kind of unfortunate because I cannot currently put a plant next to them because of this.
I see. So, okay, I'm getting it. So everything that you build on a particular strip of land can only hold one thing at a time?
Yes, with the exception of animals. Animals actually have a range.
Oh.
So animals, if I go here, you can see underneath here, that is the total range of the animal.
Okay.
So coral dweller, plus 2 wealth if they're next to another clownfish. So even if I were to put another exotic animal here, since exotic animals have range, it would increase the wealth of all these clownfish tiles.
Oh, okay.
So let's watch that. Yeah.
Look at that.
But not this one because that's not in range.
Screw that part.
Yeah. That was basically for the sake of demonstration. But a cool thing I can do now is, now that the village is expanded, they won't get the wealth from the plant that I'm going to put down. But if I were to put an advanced mineral down right here, and then get the forest giant, you can also select the forest giant with 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here. Or you can just click on their portrait. So now that that mine is there, the desert ambassador has appeared, gives rock giant wealth, gives swamp giant predator. So predators are actually very important. I'm going to bring the swamp giant over to pick this up, because basically predators distract villages and keep greed curbed. So that's very important. So I'm going to put a food plant right next to the mine here, and that will actually increase the total tech it gives by 10. And of course, symbiosis activates with at least 5 technology in use, which is clearly already available, so I've done well so far. And now I think it's probably about time that I make myself a forest village.
Oh, 3 villages, getting risky.
Well, the only reason, the first time Despic saw me play this, I actually only did 1 village, because I was achievement hunting. Because in this game, achievement hunting isn't only encouraged, but it's actually necessary in order to progress in the game. So what I put here is some chickens, free range, plus 3 food if a blueberry is in range. So I'm going to also take the forest giant and move him over here because he can plant blueberries just first off.
Bring the blueberries!
So villages usually have projects based on food. So it's very important to get all the food possible. And you can also encourage villages to be a certain type of village. Like right now, if I surrounded this by oceans,
It'd be a fishing village.
I could encourage it, in quotation marks, to be a fishing village in order to get a fishing achievement.
We say encourage because it's not as bad as saying force.
Yes. But again, I would like to mention that they placed that really badly. Okay, let's get some more chickens going on. There we go.
Have all the chickens!
But sometimes the villagers are just as bullshit to me. The one really prosperous village last time actually tried to kill all my giants.
Yeah, they weren't very nice.
Because they were incredibly greedy. And they demanded more, even though I couldn't give them more from the giants. So I have 3 projects going on here. As you can tell, you occasionally get things, you get like little, not hints, announcements here. So new challenges has started, so they are currently starting a granary, and for that they need 30 food, which I think they have up to 50, so they should be fine. But if I put another patch of fruits right by these chickens, it should raise it even more, and it should raise the speed at which they get to 30 fruit.
I see. So all those numbers down there are the total of food you have in the area?
Yeah.
Okay. And they add up over time.
Yes. So right now they have 19 out of 50. They will eventually get to 50 out of 50, but the larger the number they're trying to reach, the faster they will gather.
Ah, I see.
So that is all of that. Now I'm just waiting for the next project to start. I'm probably actually going to take this episode through about half an hour of the game, because I think there's a lot shown in this game, and I think it's quite spectacular, and I love how this giant has clouds.
Oh,
I just
didn't even notice that.
Absolutely love that. That's probably the best thing ever. By the way, I will post a link to the video that actually inspired this game in the description, as well as their homepage, and not the Steam link right now because it is currently unpurchasable until the 16th.
And it's also unperchable, as you can't make a perch on it.
Yes, you can absolutely not camp out on it. I highly recommend not trying.
I tried it once. I lost both my legs in the process.
So I can give the ocean giant the ability to give wealth and odd minerals, and I think I'll do that and really focus on the desert encampment for a while. So let's go pick up... Actually, the ocean giant could give food to plants, I think? Yeah, let's do that instead. Pick him up with the ocean giant. I kind of feel sorry for the ocean giant because the ocean giant doesn't have its own land.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I noticed that too.
They can't really settle on the ocean. They can be a fishing village. They can settle in the swamp for the swamp giant, in the desert for the mountain giant.
Yeah, he gets left out, but he gets to create water.
And he's actually one of the most useful of the giants.
I thought the swamp giant was one of the most useful.
Swamp, to be honest, the least useful is just the forest.
Yeah, he kind of gets left out of
There
it.
probably are useful ones in the future. So I've completed the granary and the workshop challenge has started.
Ooh.
So they are actually building an advanced workshop now, so they need food, wealth, and technology. And one of the crazy things is that this already works, so I can stack up to 3 times, which I have not quite done yet, I think. So I need 1 more mineral in the borders. Unfortunately, they have not expanded recently, so I cannot put 1 more mineral in the borders, and I'm feeling a tiny bit miffed at that.
He hides it well. He's got barely concealed rage underneath.
So this I can deal with later, but basically you want to be constantly improving all the villages, so when they come up with new projects, that they're closer to actually attaining them. So you might notice they're maxed out on wealth and science right now. And I think if I were to maybe use seismic aspect on this, I could upgrade it into lesser noble aspect. No, that doesn't work. Let's get the ocean. They have crystal aspect, so I need what types of aspects? Noble or seismic? Do I not have seismic?
I think he has seismic.
Is that seismic? Okay, so I can upgrade it with seismic aspect.
And then upgrade it again?
And then I can transmute it into a salt mine, which can be used for all food, wealth, and tech.
Because salt is good.
So as you can tell, the appearance and the look of it goes too. And it has symbiosis. Symbiosis for each awe animal next to it. Unfortunately, I don't... Oh, +5 awe for each animal nest. And +5 tech and 5 wealth for each non-seismic mineral next to it. So what I can do now to actually increase its total allure is actually place a regular mineral here. A wealth mineral.
I see. It's all starting to make sense.
Not to mention, the salt mine is great because it actually provides food, which is very necessary at this point. Unfortunately, no awe yet, but... Oh. And it actually starts symbiosis at 10 food in use. So I actually need to make more food for them. I don't think they need as much wealth, so I can actually take away some of their clownfish over here and replace it with domesticated animals for food.
Don't take away the clownfish, Yessik. Anything but the clownfish.
Touch nothing but the clownfish. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't think any other of the villages have started a project, but it's always good to go back and forth and check. So far, my macro can only support 3 villages at a time. I've tried 4 before and just failed.
Oh.
So they're not really trying for anything new yet. I'm not even going to bother with them for a while then.
I think at that point you got gods hustling all the way around the map.
And now they have food, and for this, +1 animal range for each other mackerel within animal range. So if I plant more domesticated animals, it will increase the total range of the animals.
Someone wants to become a geologist, Yessik.
Did they?
Yes, I don't know who, but...
It's you, isn't it? No, I hope it's you guys. Is it you guys? Yes, it is. Okay. So, this is a bit easier than it was last time. They actually want to become geologists now, which they need technology and wealth, which is easy enough. But the other thing they need is 3 mountain patches in their total land. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the mountain quite a bit here.
Raise it up.
Not in their village, because if you raise in their village, you will actually destroy the village. So now I have 2 level 2 projects going at the same time. And I'm having to micromanage both of them, so that's basically how this game progresses. And I've had a lot of fun with it so far. There isn't much downtime.
No, it doesn't look like it. Not a lot of waiting around unless you're just, like, focusing on one village.
Yeah. So now I have a slightly larger mountain range and a slightly more unique, but I've severely crippled their wealth, so I'm going to have to replant both of them. But they need technology, wealth, and technology, so...
Ow.
Just wealth and technology. They have 2 mountain patches. I'm also going to raise a secondary mountain on this side so they can have 1 more patch of mountain. And then I will work on getting their wealth and technology back up. So their borders do expand over time, especially if they're a wealthy village. And you might notice that they've actually expanded considerably to the east here. Like, there's 2 patches that didn't used to have anything in it that are now involved in this village.
I see. It's because it's easier to not expand up a mountain.
Yeah. So this, I need 70 wealth, 70 technology, and 25 food. I have enough food now, so what I need is more technology and more wealth? Yes.
More mines.
Except I don't know how to actually get some more wealth. Are these both stacked to maximum? +1 wealth and +1 tech for each 2 food within borders. And that stacks infinitely. So they've actually expanded quite a bit into the ocean, so I can actually put more food in the ocean and increase their total wealth and technology. By a bit. So now I'm focusing on you, and these each have time limits, by the way. So this has 9 minutes and 30 seconds left, and I'm kind of panicking here because I don't think I'll make both of them. This one has 17 minutes, and I think will be actually quite easy to manage.
Yeah,
so,
you're pretty close on that one, except for the technology.
Well, I've actually destroyed quite a few of their mines, so I have to replace them on the top of the borders. But I do have the 3 mountain patches, which is the hard part. So let's work on this. So first, I could use actually less food and more technology or wealth. So more technology and wealth. No, I have enough technology now. 78 technology. That will get there in time, so I need more wealth. I need 10 more wealth total. So what I should probably do is somehow upgrade this mine so it gives us more wealth. So next to an animal nest plus 10 wealth, which is kind of useful. So I will actually put some exotic animals here. And once the borders expand, it will actually increase their wealth in general.
Alright.
And it will immediately increase the wealth of this mine by 10. Which will give me the total amount of wealth I need, but it would be useful to get a bit more.
We have a new challenge started.
Okay, so another challenge to start over here, but it has maximum time. So I need more food and some technology, and this is for a mill. So I will focus on that when the time comes, when September ends.
It's a long time from now.
Yep. And the other thing is, since animals have range, it did give some more wealth over to this side.
Ah.
And
what a happy coincidence.
If you have an elderberry next to that, it actually increases their range even more. So I'm actually going to go ahead and plant an elderberry right next to these frogs. So the animal range will extend even further and give me more wealth.
Wow.
So these guys will be self-sufficient and will make it eventually, because they only need more wealth at this point, up to 70. No, I guess I'm not quite there yet. So I have to keep focusing.
Focus, Yessik. Stay on target.
Stay on target. Ah, they're coming in too fast.
Quick, do a barrel roll.
We're mixing up our references now.
Well, that's what we do.
That's true. That's true enough.
I'm sure someone at one point in the Star Wars history said do a barrel roll.
So that is 71% now, all the food, all of that I need, and they have 7 minutes to get there. So that's making me kind of nervous, but I'd rather focus on this for a bit now and then hope that it gets there. So what they need is technology and wealth.
And at least 3 mines, but you should probably be able to get those with the mines you're going to build.
Yeah, so let's actually start by planting a mine up here and seeing what the synergy is. I'm going to start out with a wealth mine.
Synergy, synergy.
Let's get synergy, synergy. What I should actually do is plant 2 quartz mines right there because they both give each other plus 10 wealth.
Seems like a good idea to me.
I'm not sure what is actually placed on mountains in terms of a wealth mine. Is it more quartz?
Agate.
Agate? Okay, so animal nest nearby. And they need technology, huh? So exotic animals don't actually give technology, but let's see what happens if I put possibly an advanced mineral down here for some technology. 8, and stone garden if you put plants next to it. So what I can do is I can actually throw some animals up here on the top of the mountain, and some plants, some herbs, which give technology right here beside the... Oh, I did the same. Okay. So herbs right there to increase the technology there, and animals up here to increase the wealth there.
Wow, you're pretty good at strategy.
Well, I'm alright, I guess.
Well, you're better than me. I don't even know what you're doing. I'm just kind of sitting here and looking at you do stuff and stuff.
So I need 75 technology and 65 wealth. I'm still not quite there in any respect.
You'd put down those 2 mines you wanted.
So this mine is getting synergy from plants. Are there plants on this tile? Yes, there are actually.
Huh.
I didn't even know that. But I can actually put down some more wealth minerals. This is hard. Okay. What I'm going to do is put down some wealth minerals right there, because wealth is suffering a bit more than technology. And then they've expanded up this mountain a very small amount, so I can just kind of climb up that way. As you can see, their borders are right there now.
Ah, I see. So it's wherever those towers are, that's their borders.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I can do is I can actually take the stone garden. Wait, what kind of upgrade?
Not to be confused with the sand garden, the sound garden.
Sound garden. I like that. Seismic aspect, I have, right? Awe, food, wealth, and tech. So I can actually have a salt mine here instead, which seems like it would be very useful. So let's go ahead and throw down a seismic aspect. Just
assault it, if you will.
Yes, I will assault this mine.
To make it a salt mine?
Yep. And unfortunately I can't put anything next to it at the moment, but I can go ahead and throw down 55, 62, what do they need again? 75 and 65. So they need more wealth.
Always wanting more.
Now, there's a plant here, it gives +5 nature, so that was just a natural plant. What I could do is instead throw down a herb plant, which will actually increase the total amount of technology they have.
A herb?
A herb plant. So the agate increases with animal nests, so let's actually throw some more exotic animals down right beside it. And
is that outside its borders, or can you do it on the same tile as their border? Oh, cool.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't actually give... Their border doesn't count as their land, but it still increases the synergy here.
I see, right, because there's a range for animals.
Yes. So they are at 75 and 62. Still need more technology. I have too much wealth at this point. So what I think I'm going to do is try to upgrade these plants. So I need either a leaf aspect or a growth aspect. Thankfully, the forest giant actually has a leaf aspect just to begin with without being upgraded.
And you also got a new place that's been settled.
When did that start? I have no... Oh,
I just started.
I do have resources there.
We don't want you living there. Go back to where you came from.
Go back to where you once belonged. I might actually destroy this village because I don't think I can deal with it.
And because Yessik's a cruel god.
And because I am a cruel and terrible god. So now I can transform this into cactuses, which gives tech if humans are lured to it because of high food on the patch. What?
I don't know.
So whatever, it gave me more tech.
Whatever, who cares?
I do still need more tech for it, though. I need 75 total, and I'm only at 69. So what I want to do, ideally, is increase the tech of something. Probably this patch right here. So I can... a toxic aspect or a fruit aspect. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about that. Can I upgrade this with a seismic aspect? Crystal reaction. Can I upgrade this with a seismic aspect into salt? So I do need less wealth anyway, so I can actually upgrade that into salt. I may actually fail this mission. I only have 4 minutes and 41 seconds left.
But you're so close.
Then I will actually try to focus on this here.
Oh, and also one of your villages has another project. I don't know which one.
That would be the village that I haven't looked at in quite a long time.
I see.
So they actually potent crystal and potent reaction, so I can actually go potent crystal, but I don't need wealth.
Why does it always got to be the geologists who give us the hardest time?
I know, it's awful. So I can actually give more tech and wealth for each non-salt mineral beside it. So now that isn't as important, this animal up here, so instead I'm going to put just like an agate right next to it. And that will give me plus wealth and plus science.
Agating.
Agroeting.
Agroitting.
There we go. So, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like 10 food... Oh, activates with... A project is close to running out of time. Yes, I am quite aware of that.
No, it needs to remind you to tell you how badly you're failing as a god.
Unfortunately, I need food within the borders in order for it to proc. I need 10 food, which I will get eventually.
But not fast enough.
But not fast enough unless animals have range, so I can actually put some domesticated animals right next to here. And they will provide food. And they will provide more food because I know for a fact desert animals are good next to mines because they're burrowers.
Interesting.
So I should be able to make this just in time.
I always had faith in you, Yessik.
And I do actually have 75 science right now, which is good.
You should make it in 3 minutes.
I very much hope so. So once it hits 10 food, the amount of science I have will go up. Let's actually watch that happen. Come on.
Look at it go.
Come on. One more food. Do it.
Get the food.
There we go. And the reason that happened is because the synergy for this mine suddenly procced, since I had 10 food and 10 technology in use. So now I should be able to make it rather easily within the next 3 minutes, and I will go check out this project that's going on over here. Technology and food. They have way more than enough food. Their borders are growing, so what they need is technology. Let's get the rock giant to make an advanced mineral patch. Maybe over
technology,
here.
eh?
Yep.
That shouldn't be too hard.
But I do also need more food at the same time. And I only have 5 minutes.
More sea animals?
Possibly some technology sea animals, but I don't know which sea animals actually give technology. There's a big learning curve to this.
I don't doubt that.
And there's a big curve of figuring things out as you go along. And you know what? I've actually been going for about half an hour, so I'm actually going to call it an episode. I've really enjoyed this game so far. I highly recommend it, and I gave you as much a tutorial as anything else. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Indie Crunch, and I hope you enjoyed having Despic here.
You're zooming in too much.
So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.
Bye now.